Welcome to Tackett's House of Horsepower. It's me, Steve Tackett. And we got this little 65 Nova here, and we're gonna take it racing. Well, you can't go racing without posi and some gears. You know what I mean? So I gotta pull this rear end out. Good morning. Hi. Hi. All right. They're going to help today. Huh. Big help. Well, we need to get this thing jacked up, support the car, and hopefully the springs will sag enough for me to take the bolts out of it, lift it over the spring, and then pull it out. And I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. We'll have this rear end. I'm gonna take it to my buddy's shop. He'll put gears and a posi in it for me and get me race ready. All right, step one. Let's go ahead and break the tires loose while it's still on the ground. Thanks, Oliver. Breaking the tires loose while it's still on the ground makes life a little bit easier. Unlike Oliver, who doesn't make life easier, do you? All right, break the tires loose and then we can jack it up. Okay, the car is supported, and I like to take the tires and slide them underneath the car. That way, if it does fall, it lands on something other than me. I do notice there's a couple issues. One, this side has a couple broken studs, but that's okay. We're gonna have to address that anyways, because we got to put extended studs in because of safety regulations and passing tech and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna replace these studs. That's one of the things we're doing. I also just noticed something else. The emergency brake cable, it goes underneath the spring, and the axle sits on top of the spring. So that means we don't have a choice. We have to take out our brand new shackles we just put in. Or take it off in the front. It doesn't matter. Either way. One side's gonna have to drop. Or, no, there's no way around it. Dang it. Otherwise, we'd have to take one cable out. I don't know. We'll see whichever way is easier. I don't know. The last time I was working on this car, I showed the cover just flopping around. Somebody just stuck this on here with one bolt. It's not the right cover, I don't think. And it was rubbing on this ring gear, and it was making a lot of noise when I pushed the car around. It sounded terrible, but it just turned out it was the cover. But I just wanted to check real quick. If you spin this around, you find these numbers. And if you're ever curious, you got a part number right there, a GM part number, and then you have a 12, a 37, a 964. I think, quote me, I don't know, don't quote me, but I think the first two numbers, 12 and 37, is the number of teeth of each gear, the set of gears. And I think the 964, I think that's a date code or something. But if you're not sure what gear ratio you have, you can take those two numbers, divide 37 by 12, and you come up with 308. So that tells me this is a stock rear end, probably original rear end. It's a one-legger. You can tell by the spider gears and the spider webs. The spider gears are covered in spider webs, so that's good. And there's a bunch of junk built up in here. It's pretty nasty. But all this is getting replaced, so it's all right. We can go ahead and pull it out. None of this is going to get reused, so it's all right. All right, let's see, what do we got? I need to pull these shocks out. I need to unhook that brake line. That's up here. That rubber brake line. And then I gotta pull this e-brake cable. Then I should be able to drop this thing down. I just got a little bit nervous. This brake line did not want to come off. So I had to put vice grips on both sides, and finally it did come loose. So whew, I thought for a second there I was going to ruin this brake line. All right, shocks are out of the way. Brake line's disconnected. Emergency brake cable is disconnected. And I was thinking, well, I might as well pop this off, check the brakes, and I'll probably disconnect one side of the emergency brake cable. Might make it easier to, well, it wants to come off. It's coming off. Come on. There we go. Oh. Well, there is some meat on these shoes. I think this thing's been sitting a while. I guess we might as well take the brakes apart. I can't leave it like this. So I guess we're doing brakes too. Why not? Looks like we're doing wheel cylinders too. Look at this thing. Yeah. I guess we're doing everything. Well, that's strange. The side with the broken studs, the passenger side, looks like it's brand new. Whew. All right, it's out. That was not easy by myself, let me tell you. So it keeps getting better and better though. Look at this brake line, it's smashed right there. So I guess we need brake lines too. It just keeps getting, it's going to be all brand new. By the time we're done, the entire back end of this car is going to be brand new. So let me pop those brake lines off, pop those wheel cylinders out, and then I guess I'm done. Okay, brake lines off, wheel cylinders are out. This thing is completely stripped. It's ready to go in the back of the truck. We'll load it up and drop it off with my buddy. All right, we're here at AZ Differential Specialist. This is where we drop off our rear ends. All the racers come here. You know you're in the right spot when you come in and it looks like this. I remember this car.
We crashed it.
That one got crashed, huh?
19, and then this is the new one right here.
This one right here is the
Got
new
a
one?
cage now, so.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Thank you.
So I know this place is kind of it's a drive for me because I live on the east side of Phoenix. This is way up here on the north side of Phoenix. But these guys, they do the best work. The prices, you know. But the main thing is they support our local tracks and they support our local racing events. They donate, they sponsor to a lot of the events and stuff. So that's why us racers, we use these guys a lot and we support these guys. So if you're in the Phoenix area, this is the place to come. You going for a ride? You gonna jump in there? Yeah? Okay. I don't think you're gonna get far. No. All right, we're back. So the rear end is at the shop still. And I still got a day off, so I know. I still have a day off. I know it looks like a mess. I'm making a bigger mess than I'm getting stuff done, but anyway, I can't waste a day off. I gotta make some progress. So I was thinking, while the car's up in the air and most of this is missing, I might as well climb in the back and install this last wiring harness. That one's not going to be fun though. I'm kind of dreading it because it goes up into this corner, comes down, comes out right there, goes inside this little plastic piece, and then it runs all the way back up and over the wheel well. One wire goes that way and goes through the floor for the gas tank sending unit. The rest of it comes back and goes across this back piece. So basically all the stuff that's in the trunk and all the stuff that's right here is in my way. So not only is this not going to be fun to route all the way back, but I got a bunch of stuff in the way. So I know, I feel the same way. So I guess let's get started. I got to move all this stuff. Well, that was not as much fun as you would think. But here it is. We got the trunk cleaned out, and the trunk pan looks pretty good. It's not bad. I gotta say, the trunk pan looks pretty good. Somewhere there's a wiring harness under there. Comes out, fishing it back there, see it? That's where it is. But I'm pretty happy. The trunk pan looks good. Now, the driver's side floor pans, that's a different story. The floor pans, at least on the driver's side, somebody has patched it. They laid a patch right over the top of it. Oliver, seriously. Looks like the passenger side's okay, but the driver's side, somebody has laid a piece right over the top. See it? So that's not good. So this thing actually needs floor pans, at least on the driver's side, I would say. I mean, you could leave it like that. Who's gonna know? But I would know. So I don't know. Add that to the list, I guess. But anyways, for today, I got to get into this panel, get that panel off, and start fishing this thing through. That right there, I needed to get to that because that's where the gas tank sending unit passes through the floor. So anyway, let's get started. Well, I'm finding all kinds of issues here. I pulled the kick panel off, and there's no vent. There's supposed to be a vent here. Somebody's cut this all up. Somebody taped cardboard over this hole back here. So I don't know. Why would you do that? Because this vent, you pull this knob and it's supposed to open a vent and you get some airflow onto your feet. You know what I mean? Between that vent and this wing window, that's the closest thing you're going to get to air conditioning. So yeah, we're going to have to fix that. I think I have a set of these out in the shed. I'll go check. But yeah, somebody's cut this all up and they removed the vent out of it. I don't know why. And taped it up. So we're going to have to fix that. So anyway, the harness I need is right there. You can see it coming down, goes out right there, goes out this way, turns the corner, comes around here. We gotta take that metal plate off, and then we follow it around and out the back. So anyway, that kind of sucks. Okay, I fished that out of there. It goes up and over and in and out and whatever. But you got the main plug right here. And then you've got this little plug here. That's your dome light. So this harness does both. Anyway, I want this plastic piece. We'll have to open this up. I want that plastic piece. I'm trying to save that. Take off this metal piece here. And there it is. It should come out now. At least up to the back. So this is what I'm talking about. Look at this harness. That's been wet a few times. Look at these butt connectors. There's 3 right here. Okay. Then we follow it around, and what do we see? Oh, some more butt connectors right here. Some more butt connectors, and then we follow it around, and we find some more butt connectors. There's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 butt connectors right here on this one piece. Plus, it looks like it's been wet a few times, so it's not even worth messing with. That's why I just go with these. Order these American Auto Wire harnesses. They're exact replicas. It's gonna plug right in. It's gonna lay right in place. You're not even gonna mess with it. It's gonna plug right in, and everything's gonna work first try. Went ahead and hit this up with the shop vac a little bit. Cleaned it up down in there and the trunk. There we go. And I found a 1980 penny, so that's good. Helps offset the costs a little bit. Now let's start pulling this one through. All right, check it out. This is why I love these American Auto Wire harnesses. They clip right in to the original spot, snaps right in, it goes up and inside, comes down, then this clip goes right where it's supposed to be, fits exactly where it's supposed to be, then it comes down and around, exactly the right length. See that? Then there we go. Exactly perfect. It even has the rubber grommets and stuff you need, just like it's brand new. Everything's tucked in nice. All the original clips. Done. I like it. One thing missing is I gotta put my, can you see it? That's gonna go into that hole right there. And the license plate light. We need to mount our license plate light in there and plug that in right there. But I mean, check this out. That brown wire comes through right there, up and over, just like it's supposed to. You really want to make sure this is a good connection and a good ground, because if it doesn't, if you got a bunch of splices and cuts and butt connectors and it's touching something, it's grounding out, any kind of resistance is any change in the wire or resistance is gonna make the gas fuel gauge is gonna be off. So you want to pay attention to that brown wire. You don't want a bunch of splices and butt connectors and all that in there. It will change your fuel gauge, how it reads. Anyway, let me climb out of here. All right, y'all, I think that's gonna do it for me this week. I'm out of parts again, you know this routine, But hey, I'm sorry some of these videos are kind of random, like, hey, I'm pulling out a rear end and I'm putting in a harness. Like, it seems kind of random and all that, but I'm just trying to get progress done on the vehicle. So September's coming up fast. I really do want to get out there to Duct Tape Drags. I hope to see some of you out there. I want this car out there. I want my buddy Jesse to drive out from San Diego, and he's going to make some passes in this thing. So I got a lot of work to do, so I just got to get stuff knocked out in any order. It doesn't matter. So some of these videos seem a little bit, weird. And my wife's going to ask me, what do you want to name this? And I'm going to say, I don't know, wire and harness / rear end removal. And she's going to say, people aren't going to search that. And I'm going to say, I know, I understand. But what can I do? I'm just trying to get stuff done as best as I can. So as parts show up and as time moves forward, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just doing as much as I can. So, hey, I really appreciate you guys checking it out and hanging out with me, liking and subscribing and commenting, all that stuff. It really helps me out a lot. And I'm doing the things as best I can, you know. So hey, thanks, and I'll see you next time.